Next, let's go to Nicole Rice. Could you share with us, Nicole, what's happened for you in these last just few months?
Sure, yeah, thank you. I have to write it down or else I can get really lost in everything. But 20 years ago, I got Lyme and that pretty much changed my life forever. And that led to years of like deep depression, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, pain. It's still like even traumatic to talk about almost for me. So fast forward, it was very stressful. A couple years ago, we moved up to a new place, and it kind of catapulted me into this new stage of very severe. And when I say severe, I mean very severe depression, anxiety, insomnia, and also had mold exposure. So I had a chronic cough. I mean, I was just not in a good place, um, and like was said before, that I've tried everything. There was basically not a thing I could probably eat. I was just eating, very minimalist diet, organic, juice cleanses. I'd done master cleanses for 10 years because I knew it was connected to my gut, but I could not find the right thing. I just couldn't fix it. I couldn't therapy my way through it. I couldn't acupuncture my way, nothing worked. And so I saw my friend post that what she was doing, and she kept looking healthier and healthier. So I asked her about it and ended up eventually starting it because I figured, well, I have nothing else left to lose. I'll try one more thing. And she sent me a video, a recording. So there was something in the recording that there were some key phrases, things that people said, and they were like clinchers for me. Like, okay, this is a company with integrity, and these are trustworthy people. There was a couple things that really stood out to me. So then I went ahead and tried it. Well, 2 weeks in, I noticed that my nails were strong and hard, and they had been chipping and flaking and horrible nails for the longest time. So that was my first sign that I was absorbing what I was taking. And that was huge for me. And then I think it was like a couple weeks later, I just woke up with like a light in my head, like a will to live. That was huge because I was like, I don't think I've had that since I was 17 or 18. And I was like, I'm back. It was just like this wonderful feeling, like, I don't know, Mrs. Hannigan saying, do I hear happiness in here? And I'm like, yes, you do. And then the energy just kept coming, and I could do things around the house where I usually had to schedule out just cleaning the house and space it out over 3 or 4 days. And now I can do it in a couple hours. Huge things for me. Um, and falling asleep. I always knew when I got gluten, I no longer think it's a gluten intolerance. I think it's a glyphosate intolerance because I would get gluten and then I would immediately get anxiety and I would immediately get racing thoughts and then I would not go to sleep and I'd be up the entire night. So I don't do that anymore. Um, I was on anti-anxiety meds. I'm not on those anymore. I had to do that just to knock myself to go to sleep. Um, so those are huge all for me. But one of my biggest things right now is that because I've been consistently good, um, it's taken my family out of this fight or flight mode around me, that they don't have to be constantly worried and scared. And so now they can focus on their trauma from me. Yay. But I'm glad that they can focus on fixing themselves and I can help them now. But everybody is just taken down a notch, from anxiety just because mom is feeling better. And so I am going to stay on this. I'm extremely grateful. And yeah, that's
Thank you,
it.
Nicole. Isn't it true that when mama's feeling good, the whole family feels good and vice versa? So healing the Rice family, one layer at a time. So we're so happy for you, Nicole. We love you. And I know it's been ups and downs, even as you started, but I love that you said, is there happiness? Yes, depression is often just a lack of feeling, right? It's a numbness. It isn't like you're walking around crying all the time. It's just, it's a no feeling. And pretty amazing to just be in the middle of the day going, I feel happiness coming up out of me. Literally feels like it's coming from my gut, like it's coming up and feeding my brain happiness. And I know a lot of you understand that feeling too. So thank you for sharing, Nicole. We'll never tire of hearing your story.